Black and White Sessions. We are so excited today. This is a special day. We have the lovely Apollo Jane. Hi.
Thank you, Keri.
How are you?
Great. How are you?
Good. I'm so glad you're here.
I'm glad to be here.
This has been a lovely, lovely day. You guys will have already seen the video by the time you see this interview, but this duet is amazing between the lovely Apollo Jane and Mackenzie. Beautiful. You will have already been in love with them. So, now we're going to get to know them a little better. Talk to me about Apollo Jane. Why?
So, and you and I work together. Mm-hmm. So we work a lot professionally, being ourselves, but also people that have to, I don't want to say conform, but we have versatility in that we can wear many hats. Mm-hmm. And when it came to deciding on being an artist, I feel like I wanted to detach from that because it's been something I've been doing for so long. Mm-hmm. A lot of the things that I've even been doing as far as style or genre, I don't want to say aren't the same, but I approach them differently creatively as a solo artist. Mm-hmm. And so that's why for me mentally, it's different for everyone. Like I've had tons of different names, but mm-hmm. We also kind of go through tons of different seasons, and this for me is one that, I just think fits, fits my separate creative side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So let's go back a little bit because I'd love to know, where are you from?
I'm from so I was born in Savannah, Georgia. Okay. I am a military baby. Mm-hmm. And then I stationed with my mom. Mm-hmm. We are from Peckville, Pennsylvania.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. And so is that where you lived for most of your growing up life?
Yeah. Most of
on the East Coast.
Yep. East Coast girl. Okay. I moved to Virginia for like a year or two, which is interesting because my boo's from there.
But you didn't meet him then, huh?
No, but I always think like, man, is that like symbolic or?
Yeah.
But I lived there for like about a year and a half, 2 years, and then came back to Pennsylvania. But I'm a Pennsylvania girl.
So how did you get to LA? How did it go from I'm going west?
Well, I went to college in Boston, and through going to Boston, it was a music school. I went to Berklee College of Music, and
had quite a few of those come through here.
Yeah, I know, lots of us. I went from there to doing an LA internship, and so the internship kind of introed me to Los Angeles. And really, I'm such an East Coast girl that I just figured I'll do the LA internship, make my connects, and then go to New York, because that was really my plan.
Yeah, and that was
just always
that was your coast.
Yep. And something told me to stay in LA. I'm grateful it did, but something told me to stay in LA.
So then fast forward a little bit, and so you kind of got out here and found your way around a little bit. I met you at a time in your life when you were working as part of the background vocal team on The Voice.
Yes.
And you did that for many seasons, like season 3 through 12. Is that right? Somewhere in that range?
Yes.
A lot of seasons.
Yeah.
That is a crazy little situation, I guess. I don't even know what to call that. It's a circus. You're busy, right? It's like Kara and Stevie have both been here. They've been interviewed, and you guys were family, and still are.
Family,
you're still family. But you spent a lot of time with them, and it's, give like a little insight to that, like just what that experience was like for you as a singer, and how did you maintain that marathon?
I think I like to call it a machine.
A machine, that's good.
And we are one of the detrimental parts to that machine, right? We're kind of like, I guess, the transmission because we are the music, you know what I mean? The engine is obviously just the production and the cameras and the light, you know, but we are really, you know, though it's about music, they need us.
Yeah.
And we need them. Okay, we gotta make some money and be out here singing professionally. But
that's right.
Vocally, really, it is only for the strong. And that's something I say because a lot of us are out here, including myself, you know, before doing that show, of kind of like, I can do this. And for those first 2 seasons, the first season, I was really shaking in my boots. It's a lot of work. Every day is something, as far as, not something in a bad way, but every day you are working. Yeah. If it's not from rehearsal, it's to production on stage. Then it's to rehearsals with the contestants. Then it's to the studio to record what's going to be going to iTunes. And for me, I think it gave me a confidence, and it gave me training. We have to use our traditional skills. We have to use our knowledge of how to use our voice and not strain and get sick and have surgeries, and it's just insane. It's insane. And you think that you're down and you think that you're capable of doing that until you're really in that. Yeah. And I feel like, you were a part of a really big, well-oiled machine as well. And it's just, that is, for me, it was encouraging. And just a blessing to work with really, really talented and professional individuals. That's what it was for me.
You chose to walk away from the machine.
I did.
What, I'm sure there are singers out there that would love to have an opportunity to do something like be in a machine like that on The Voice. Why did you walk away?
Sometimes I don't like saying walk away, but I guess that is the best. That is. It's just I did.
End a season and start a new one. However you want to look at it. You transition.
It's a better way. It helps me.
Okay, walk away does feel a little extreme, so I like your word better. Let's go with transition.
Yeah. I sometimes, when you're doing the same thing, and not as if it's the same thing, because some seasons we're singing all different, it's different styles every season, every episode. So, not as far as being challenged in that type of way. But I think that I just was in a space and am now in that space of wanting to be a little more creative and have my own input as an artist. And I do other things. I'm very ambitious. And I felt like I wanted to free my time up, to be real. I wanted to free my time up. I also wanted to take a step back and see how I feel about music overall. Because when you're doing your passion every day, that if you don't compartmentalize, properly, and I'm not saying I wasn't, I think I just got to the point where I wanted to evaluate where I was, and I didn't mind taking the risk of figuring it out. We've been figuring it out. I have a lot of faith in not only my intuition, but I have a lot of faith in what I feel I was meant to do. And I think that I'm still exploring those things. I'm still exploring what exactly that is. And for me, I didn't feel that it was time to figure that out while being there. So I just took that initiative, and it's really blessed me. It's been really eye-opening. Also, I was able to free up time to get married. During that time, I would have been planning a wedding while working. Yeah. And I think that helped to just free the space up. It opened space for me emotionally even, and that's why I can talk about this for a long time, but
I admire you for that. I really do. I think people get so caught up in the what ifs, and and they feel like if I take a step back, somebody will take my spot. Yeah. And then but I feel like there's a confidence in you that is, it's magnetic. You know,
Thank you.
Like I'm drawn to you for your honesty and just your willingness to say, I only have one life.
Yeah.
You know, and you're trying to live it out the best.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I think a lot of singers that will watch your interview, just like you took a deep breath, they're going to want to take one.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be like, I just need somebody to give me permission to sometimes say, I need to go in a different direction and be okay with taking the risk, you know? And that's an important conversation to have that we don't always have.
I mean, no,
you know?
It's hard to find stability in what we do sometimes, and that job was that.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just a job, it was an opportunity, and
Yeah,
it was a
absolutely.
blessing. It was all of those
Yeah.
things in one. But I agree with you. There is something that, but really, whoever really gives us permission but ourselves. I mean, and I hear you on the, it's encouraging to hear other people, but
Yeah.
if, you know, whatever you call God, I mean, for me, it's definitely God. I mean, I felt a release.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not, I mean, it isn't that serious, but it is that serious. Because,
Yeah.
again, like you said, people are like, it's a 1 in a million profession, to be real. Like, there's lots of people that wanted to go on the road or wanted to, you know, be in film and TV.
Yeah.
Like we are.
Yeah.
And it's rare.
Mm-hmm.
It is rare when we
yeah.
look at the outside.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's that. Thank you for.
Well, yes, of course, and I'm super excited for you
Thank
for this journey that you're on, and I'm
Thank you.
very excited about where you're headed artistically and how we're all going to get to be, you know, a part of the audience of that exploration and things to come for you and Mackenzie. You asked him a question in his interview that I thought was hilarious, and no one has ever asked it, so I'm going to ask it of you.
Okay.
If you could be an animal, what animal would you be, and why?
I struggle with this. I think that I would be. I have to narrow it down to 2. One would be anything that flies. Not anything. Let's say some type of bird.
Okay.
Maybe a crow. Like, I don't know, some type of bird. And then I would want to be a sea creature. And I'm not trying to copy you, baby, but it is true. Like, we don't know what's in the
Y'all are
bottom
crazy.
of the
I was
ocean.
Like, he said octopus. I was like, an octopus?
But we don't know what's in the bottom of the ocean, Keri. We still don't
No,
know
we
as
don't know.
humans. Like, I'm trying to go
That's
there.
true.
I want to know what's in there. So I would be like one of those
Y'all are
crazy...
deep, literally and figuratively.
I know.
Y'all want to just go deep.
Yeah, we just want to see what's down there. I want to see.
My
So
God.
yeah, those I know I didn't narrow down to one, but
It's okay. But
Yeah.
I love you. I'm so glad you
Love
guys
you.
have been here and spent
Thank
the day with us.
I'm
And
glad to.
I can't wait for all the things
Thank
coming.
you.
We wish
Thank
you
you.
all the best.
Thank
All right. Bye-bye.